answered and
Read on.
and said unto him,
Come on.
Where?
What did they say?
Where?
They said, where's all this going to take place? Read on.
Lord.
Come on.
And he said unto them,
Come on.
Wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together.
Okay, that's going to cause people to scratch their heads forever. But what Christ is basically saying is all the signs are there. If there's a dead body somewhere, you're going to see the vultures. The signs are there. But if you busy in the midst of an argument, you ain't even going to notice the vultures flying over your head. You're going to be focused on what you're dealing with. Christ said all the signs are there. Somehow, even though Lot's wife was in the community or the habitation of the righteous, she couldn't see none of the signs. She was focused on her everyday life. She was occupied in not the things that pertain to God, or she kept her mind occupied in just not the things that pertain to God, but the things that pertain only to this world. And if your mind is only occupied with the things of this world, then you're missing the Spirit of God. You're not benefiting at all. You're no different than everybody else that's in the world. What are they mind on? The things that's in the world. So Christ came and said, remember Lot's wife. Read verse 28 one more time. Read it again.
Likewise also,
come on,
as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold,
read on,
they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone.
The same day they got up, the same day destruction was coming, everybody got up to do their normal routine. If you read the story, if you read the Bible and you follow the precepts, you actually see that. You actually see the angels already on their way to Sodom and Gomorrah. They already knew the destruction was coming. People in Sodom was getting up, eating, drinking, going to work, buying, selling. The angels was on their way over there to get Lot. They had no idea. The people in that land had no idea that that day was their last day on earth. Judgment came. They were sleeping. They were blinded. They wasn't aware. Their own wickedness in their own lives had them not able to realize and recognize what was going on in their surroundings. So what did Christ say? Read on. What verse you in?
Verse 29.
Read on.
It rained fire and brimstone.
Read it one more time from the top, verse 29.
But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom,
come on,
it rained fire and brimstone.
The same day he went out, fire and brimstone was coming down. Read on.
From heaven.
Come on.
And destroyed them all.
It did what?
Destroyed them all.
It did what?
Destroyed them all.
They couldn't even see it coming. And they all got destroyed. So what did Christ say? Read on.
Even thus.
Read it one more time.
Even thus.
Read it again.
Even thus.
Read it one more time.
Even thus.
Read on.
Shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed.
Even this shall it be in the day when Christ is revealed. This is what Christ is telling us. That's why he said, don't be like Lot's wife. Remember the mistakes she made. Don't get passive and complacent, thinking, I'm already in the truth. I'm already going to the Sabbath. You know, this is kind of routine. This is part of my daily routine. And then you get caught up into your little box. The hell you may be catching in your home, or the hell you may not be catching in your home. Because everybody ain't going through the same situation. Some of you may be going through blessings in your house, while the other ones is going through hell. And all you want to focus on is that hell and those blessings. When outside your house, outside those doors, there's a whole world out there. But you can't see no farther than what's going on with you. Christ said, even this shall it be when the Son of Man is revealed. Some people are going to get caught off guard. Y'all be familiar with those scriptures when the Bible says that the Son of Man shall come as what?
A thief in the night.
A thief in the night. It's going to take some people off guard. But what is he going to catch you doing when he show up is the point. Did you really get caught up into your everyday routine where you forgot to serve God in spirit? Because according to St. John chapter 4, verse 24, God is a spirit. And they that worship him must, absolutely must, worship him in spirit. It's not a physical thing. It's not something that you're trying to be seen doing. The spirit is invisible. What is the first and greatest commandment that God gave the nation of Israel? He said, I want everything you got. I want all your strength. I want all your soul. I want all your mind. That mind is M-I-N-D. Which means he's supposed to always be on your mind. Now, if you ain't worshiping God in spirit the way he's telling you to, what makes you think that you haven't become passive and you have forgotten about Lot's wife? You know what? That day may come. Let me show you what happened with Lot's wife. Let me show you what happened. Let's just say the day of the Son of Man came and life was good in America. For some of you, Christ showed up and he's ready to deliver, and you may want to go back for the house. Your mind may not be ready to go. You just got the house. I was just fixing it up. Is the house more glorious than where God is taking you? See, I'm gonna tell you something about Israel, and this is a true saying. And if you're going to be truthful, you're going to agree with me if you're going to be honest. This is a true saying. Israel they don't usually focused on the things that's ahead of them. They only focused on their present situation. Let me put it another way. They don't look for solutions. They're going to sit there all day and argue about the problem. See, I got to come down and visit you on that one, I got to visit you. You're going to sit up there all day about why the dishes ain't washed. Oh, you wash them dishes. I don't want them dishes. Oh, them dishes. And ain't nobody washing the dishes yet. Y'all been 2 hours been arguing over the dishes. Once the problem is there, it's already going to be there. It ain't going nowhere. Now what you need is solutions. You need to put all that energy into fixing what's wrong. But Israel focused on the present status. They don't focus on what's coming. Christ is trying to get us to focus on what's coming. Even if things is good in your life, guess what? It ain't good enough. And that's not the way we thinking. Some of us get satisfied. I got this job, I got this career of mine. The Bible calls that the pride of life. I finally found my calling, I love what I do. Your calling is to fear God and keep his commandments. Am I right? Am I right? Let me make you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's wrong to enjoy what you do or to have things going good in your life. Of course that's not wrong. But for you to think that that's what life is about, you're wrong. You're so wrong. Have you forgotten that you're in the land of your enemies? Have you forgotten that you're not the only one here? Have you forgotten while you living good, somebody else is living real bad? Man, let me say it better than that. Have you forgotten while you may be living good, for every one of you that lives good, there's 100,000 that's living bad of your people because of where they living at. They living in captivity. See, if everybody's living good in captivity, they ain't no longer in captivity. Just because you made it or what they quote say made it is. Now you want to stay? You don't want the situation to change? What about everybody else that's catching hell? Furthermore, when the situation changed, it can't even compare. Your present situation can't even compare to where God is trying to take you. So what you holding on to? Okay, so now let's put it in this perspective now. Some of you going to say, well, I work hard to get what I got. And that would be wonderful and great, and that's lovely. But shouldn't you be working harder to get what God is going to give you? I'm curious. If you work hard to get physical things, then how hard are you supposed to be working to get the spiritual things that God going to give you? So how come we only see the work on the physical side but not on the spiritual side? But yet in the day of the Lord, some of you going to think that you're not in that position that Lot's wife was in. Done became passive. That's how Christ catch everybody. How he know? How he know that that's going to happen again? Because it happened every time destruction came. Let's go back to verse 26. Let's look at Luke chapter 17, verse 26. Let's look at that. Come on.
And as it was in the days of Noah.
Y'all remember Noah, right? Huh? As it was in the days of Noah. Read on.
So shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
Come on.
They did eat.
They did what?
Eat.
Read on.
They drank.
Come on.
They married wives.
They did what?
They married wives.
Okay, so they were doing everyday routine. They was going in tents. Okay, they was having a good old time during the days of Noah. They was marrying wives. Read on.
They were given in marriage.
And they were given in marriage. That's different. That's why I wanted to sit there and explain this, because that's different than marrying wives. Marrying wives is coming together. It's the actual act. Given in marriage is the ceremony, is the wedding to celebrate the fact that y'all have come together. So normal everyday lives, normal everyday activity, that's what was happening during the time of Noah. People getting married, people going to work, people having jobs, people having fun, people throwing parties. Read on.
Until.
Read it one more time.
Until.
They was doing this up until. Read on.
The day that Noah entered into the ark.
They was doing this up until the day that Noah entered into the ark. They was doing all these things. Read on.
And the flood came.
And then the flood came. Right in the middle of them marrying. Water just flew in there. Right in the middle into giving into marriage. It rained all over their parade. Read on.
And destroyed them all.
And did what?
Destroyed them all.
And did what?
Destroyed them all.
Now let me give y'all a flip side of this, a part that we probably ain't seeing while we reading this. They were eating, they were drinking, they were marrying, they were giving into marriage until the day that the flood came. That's what they was doing. Who is they? The world, right? The world during the time of Noah, correct? That's what they was doing, right? What was Noah doing? Check that out. While they going about their everyday life, the one that actually got saved with his family was doing something else. What was he doing? It was called the work of God. He was building that ark. God had informed him that that destruction was coming. And he was trying to be saved out of it. So he wasn't part of what the world was doing. When they had their weddings, Noah wasn't in the audience. Where was Noah at? He had a hammer and some nails. He was doing the work of God. Right? Read on.
Verse 28.
Come on.
Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot.
Okay, so that's it on that. Now let's jump from there and go back to verse 32. Go back to verse 32 and let's get back to the point. Give me verse 32 one more time.
Remember.
Read it again.
Remember.
Read it one more time.
Remember
Read on.
Lot's wife.
She kept looking behind her. What did God tell him? He told him don't even look back, man. I'm about to wreck this place. I'm about to destroy this place. Don't even look back.